there, New York City. Thank you all so much for coming out to my show. It truly means so much to me to see all your kind faces. You good, beautiful people who listen to my music and get behind what I'm saying here. Or what I'm trying to say, anyway. You know, I try to make music for anyone who will listen. Women and men, young and old, those uncomfortable young adults like me. You know, when I was younger, I used to have all these hopes and dreams for the world. I saw everything, you know, war, homelessness, bad judgment, as a fight that I would go out and win one day. I didn't understand why everyone didn't just get along and why I had to be the one to come along and save the day. But you know, now I'm all grown up and the world, well, the world is still a sink full of dirty dishes and nobody wants to do them. None of these big fat men in charge want to lose the argument. They'd send troops into their own backyard just because they don't like the neighbors. Well, I haven't saved the day just yet. All I've done is look around on a guitar. But, I've always been more of a singer than a fighter. I'll leave the fighting to the men. They seem to like to handle their beef that way. You know, I don't write a lot of songs about men, but I do find them poetic. The first song that I'll sing for you tonight is dedicated to a man. Now don't go getting it twisted, all right? The song is dedicated to him, not me. I'm not dedicated to no man. I'm very liberated in that way. He knows that. I'm a very tough woman to go with. No, really, I'm a relentlessly critical ass. I mean, most women my age are. Get to know us. But, he doesn't deserve my criticism most of the time anyway. Nah, he's a good guy. He makes me laugh. Those ones are the best, right? Just the other day, me and him, we were taking a walk in Union Square Park, and suddenly there's this young man all gussied up in his suit, and he's just making the biggest commotion about hailing a cab. "It's for the senator," he says, and he holds the door open for this real old guy. And, you know, we realize it's Goldwater. My man raced down the crosswalk and yelled, "Up yours, pal!" He was kind of lit up, okay? But, I mean, after that, we just ran away as quick as we could. Guess we're not, quite the faces of the youth rebellion. Anyway, this first song, this is a love song of sorts. A love song for the domestic revolution. I'm always strolling around town with my partner. He's by my side whenever the homegirls holler. I tell him I'll swing by the time I tell him bye. I feel dreadful and wish I could stay by his side. Oh, my partner and I, all we do is pass the time, like the way you raise to pray in your head at night. He hears my unsaid thoughts, I hear his words. Hey, I come prepared. It's iced tea. In 61, when I was younger and more naive, I fell for a boy who I met at Cafe Reggio. And a boy he was. I told him that I didn't need all the traditional stuff, you know, that I could walk home alone at night just fine and kill my own spiders, but, you know, he never bought me flowers. So I brought it up to him. I said, "You never buy me flowers." And he said, "I never buy you flowers?" And I said, "Nope." And he said, "Well, a guy should buy flowers for his girl." And I said, "Yes, sir." And he said, "Well, if I don't think to buy you flowers, then I must not be the guy for you." Don't you just love men? I love him. He left me like a stray dog begging for scraps. I was so crushed that I couldn't sleep that night. And, you know, when the sun came up and the birds started singing, I thought, well, how can the sun rise on a morning like this? You know, doesn't he know that the world can't go on? This next song isn't about me getting dumped. No. But all I have to say is that, you know, the current state of America can feel a lot like a tumultuous relationship with a young boy. This one is for all the things that keep me up at night. Tears were shedding, but the rain guys like that one. Some people, they actually don't very much. A record label that I wanted to sign with actually told me that I had to stop singing it because it's too divisive. I told them to go blow. Safe to say it didn't work out between me and them. I understand where they were coming from though. You know, they don't think they can sell a song like that. Too polarizing for the masses. So is my Uncle Peanut, but we still invite him to Christmas. You know, I don't pretend that I'm changing hearts and minds here. And I figure that those who listen to my songs, like, they already agree with me. And those who don't, they won't listen. And that's fine by me because otherwise I get these long, angry letters. Real long ones with cursive. But seems like some people are on the same page as me though, because that song has turned out to be one of my rare hits. When I first heard it playing on the radio, I thought, well, this must be some sort of mistake. You know, I'm not all that cut out to write hit singles, but I've come to find out that if you get lucky with one, financially, they're pretty nice. I do hope I write another hit song one day. You know, not for the money, but because I feel like as I get older, I'll have more wisdom and experiences, and that'll make the songs better. You know, I'm really only just about to come into my own. You know, ever since I can remember, I've had this feeling like I'm on the brink of something great. You know, like if I just read one more book, or prayed to the right God, or, you know, ran into the right person on the street, that it would happen. I'd become something. When I was a teenager, I used to sit on the bus after school and I would think about what I'd say in magazine interviews when I was famous. And I hadn't actually done anything yet, you know, I just felt like I was about to. Sometimes I'll overhear people talking about their glamorous lives at restaurants, or, you know, I'll see a woman crossing the street in a fabulous coat, or I'll watch a Grace Kelly movie and think, that's it. That's a life I'm gonna live. Just out of reach. You know, I've been just about to come into my own for quite a while now. Hopefully one day I'll surprise myself, but until then, I write songs. And this one is called Growing Out. Growing out my bangs and I'm stretching out my clothes. Walk so much these days 'cause gas is high and rent just rose. Growing out my bangs, growing out some people too, but then I cut them right back short and people do the things they do. I can't seem to change ever since I cut my bangs, to rebel against my old man who likes seeing my whole face. Growing out my bangs, I got no time for a trim. So busy these days, I got no time for him. I make a bit good money, but it goes to the lady who lords the land I live on. I love a passive income to support my addiction to dressing like a woman from 3 past generations who had to fight for half her pay. Growing out my bangs, but then I shell out for a cut. I'll never buy a house, may as well stay looking young. Growing out my bangs and I'm stretching out my clothes. Walk so much these days 'cause gas is high and rent just rose. Growing out my bangs, growing out some people too, but then I cut them right back short and people do the things they do. New York, I love you a lot, but originally I'm from the West Coast. You know, I'm not really sure which one of the two I belong in. Never felt so free in a place except for New York. The train can take me anywhere I want, and I don't have to worry about anybody caring who I am or where I came from, and anybody except for me. And there's real opportunity here too, if you try. Trying is the hard part. I love the parks. I like to go there and write. Sit there and watch all these busy people with their busy lives interact with the same playground I was dropped in. But New York, if I want to, get out of the city every once in a while, take a day trip, where is there to go? Boston? Don't say Boston. Where I'm from, you can hit the desert, snow, and beach all in one day, if you try. Trying's the hard part. All these East Coast cities are just so old and cold, man. This weather is killer. Sometimes it gets so cold that my eyes start watering, and I swear the tears, they turn into tiny icicles. They mess up my lashes. I just wish the climate would, I don't know, change. But, maybe if we all work together, we can lift these billion tons of great infrastructure back to LA. Trying is the hard part. But then we'd have the best of both worlds. I love California. Beautiful pink sunsets, real beaches, real people who aren't so busy and stressed out like us New Yorkers. I want to live in Laurel Canyon one day, up there in the mountains. That's my dream. Haven't quite figured out where I belong. And I probably never will. But I wrote a song about it, of course. And it's a love letter. Or a breakup song, however you want to think of it. Oh, my heart yearns for the West Coast mountain, but my body goes through withdrawals without you. And by you I mean the lively subway system, who can take the place of any surfing suit. But the train is taking too much tender these days, and selling seashells only go so far. So I write love letters to LA that say wait for me, just for them to burn up in a fire. Sorry, hard to play with these. Why don't we take a minute to do some photos, all right? For all you photographers that want to get your shots, this one's for you guys. Alright, you guys got everything? Good. Oh, sorry. Would you be able to just turn down the light just a little bit? Thank you. It's been driving me crazy. Crazier than I already was. You know, I'm actually not crazy, and I don't really do all the drugs everyone thinks I do. These are the rumors. I'm just like this. Hey, speak my mind, what can I say? Oh, but then there are the others that think I'm some sort of puppet for the commies. Ooh, I said it, now the boogeyman is coming to eat you. I'm not, for the record. I actually don't really take input from anyone else very well. I write all my own songs. And, you know, that's why I didn't sign with that record label. I want my art to be 100% me. You know, even if it's bad. And some of it is lousy. But maybe that's the point. Maybe if it's lousy, it's still honest, or, you know, maybe I'm just getting tired. So I actually, I let someone else give it a try. Or, might even say something else. A robot wrote this song 'cause it's way more wise than me. A robot wrote this song, but I sing it soft and sweet. It's got much more to say, and it has far better sway. A robot wrote this song 'cause I'm feeling too lazy. A robot wrote this song to ease some of the stress, to help convey my mess, so I have more time to dress. Well, I made toast and tea, it spat out the best key. A robot wrote this song, but I sing it soft and sweet. I'm empty of experiences, and I'm afraid of being bad. But isn't it easier to listen when I don't sound so sad? Not woeing about my life or spilling feelings where they're not wanted. So that's why a robot wrote this song. It's hollow and undaunted. A robot wrote this song. It's void of emotion. All it knows is one plus one, and it's never been in love. A robot wrote this song 'cause it's way more wise than me. A robot wrote this song, but I sing it soft and sweet. You know, there is so much heartache and strife in the world right now. You know, sometimes I just want to say to hell with it all and abandon society forever. It can be overwhelming, you know, but some people don't really get a choice in that matter, do they? This next song, my last song of the night, goes out to them. All right, New York, this is the part where I'm going to ask you to sing along. Don't be shy now, or reserved. I'll teach it to you. It goes like this. I slept in the subway last night, and I bathed in the fountain. All right, now sing it with me. I slept in the subway last night, and I bathed in the fountain. Good, good. You guys have beautiful voices. All right, next part. I danced with the squirrels and rats, flirted with all the Sing it with me. I danced with the squirrels and rats, now we're just gonna put it together.